Welcome to 90.3 WMSC Opera Montclair, and happy birthday to a very special person who is in studio with us right now. Ali Rario, happy birthday. The big what? The big 1-9, respectfully.
Thank you.
Happy birthday.
Thank
You can't tell because I am like 7 feet tall, and but I got the birthday hat on respectfully. Um, but it's the Monday buzz here on, like I said before, 90.3 WMSC Opera Montclair. I want to recount. We got robbed. I'm just saying. We got robbed.
That we did.
Yes.
We got
At
robbed.
least we came in second, though.
Yeah.
I
And
want
we
to be number
tied
one.
for second.
Oh,
We did, yeah, but we came
We
in
came
second.
first
This
for
still
second.
counts.
But at the same time, the Friday buzz, they are pretty good buzz.
Mhm.
They have good chemistry. I think we had the best. I think we have the second best chemistry on Tuesday because Tuesday's been doing it for like 2 semesters. So like vibes.
Oh my
But
God.
Friday buzz, congratulations to y'all. The all girl group. The girl boss group it's legendary. It's iconic. But then again, who else? Who else would you rather be at the CDC, respectfully?
Yes, the
Yes.
CDC is iconic as well.
Yes.
But with that being said, I am your host, Cam Martin, alongside Ms. Joe Verga, the event coordinator, Cassandra Diaferio, and the newscaster, birthday girl, who's actually going to give us a newscast soon. So, Allie, what's popping, Scrap? Trying to bless the newscast?
Alrighty. Good morning, everybody. My name is Ali Avario, and on this lovely Monday, I'm joining you from 90.3 WMSC Upper Montclair. In international news, Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelensky is pushing for more powerful weapons from the West to counter Russia's heavy invasion of eastern Ukraine. On Sunday, he met with United States Secretary of State Antony Blinken, as well as U.S. Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin, to discuss more means of assistance. In national news, there is a tunnel fire in northern Arizona that has been burning for over a week now. It has burned over 21,000 acres and is continuing to spread due to the high wind and dry conditions in the state. As of Saturday morning, there were 334 personnel on the scene, and the area has been in a state of emergency since Thursday. In regional news, on Saturday, an 18-year-old that attended the New Milford High School was unfortunately found deceased in Hardcastle Pond, which is near Dorchester Lane in New Jersey. He was identified to be Clinton Giahid and was planning on attending Montclair State University to study criminal justice. The cause of death is unknown. However, a witness said that they saw he enter the pond and never return. Our thoughts go out to all of his family and his friends. For some weather, it is currently 46 degrees outside and mostly cloudy. Today is predicted to have a low of 44 and a high of 62. This week we'll have temperatures in the 50s and the 60s all throughout the week. So I don't know about you, but I know that I will be taking full advantage of that warmth. Thank you, and back to you, Cam.
Thank you, Allie. And of course, the tragic news that was made the family and friends, like you said before, they all their thoughts and prayers do go out to the family and friends. It's just it's hard to grasp the fact that you see something like that and about to be a new Red Hawk. So definitely the thoughts and prayers go out to him, his family, and all his loved ones. Of course, his incoming class of Red Hawks. So, but we're going to transition into something lighter, aka my favorite thing to talk about, not sports.
Whoa.
It was crazy. So this weekend we got some more playoff basketball, and I'm going to be talking about that because why not? So Jimmy Butler, James Buckets said, "Hey, what's good, Atlanta? I know y'all beat us last time, but like, not today, my brother." Jimmy Butler had 36 points. As the Miami Heat, absolutely, they came ready to play. They actually went on a 20-6 run to end the first half alone. And then in one of the game, 110-86, Jimmy Butler had a double-double. And just, it was wilding. The whole team was wilding. Everyone was going crazy. We're going to keeping the Eastern Conference, and we're going to talk about how Milwaukee was like, all right, what's popping? Grayson Allen had a cheeky little 27 points. And all the boos at the United Center did not phase the Bucks one bit. They take a 3-1 lead. They win that game 119-95. On the other side, 3-0, Warriors should be sweeping, right? Not so long. Nikola Jokic has a 37-point performance and gives the Nuggets at least one more game. No, he was wilding. No, he had 37 points and 8 rebounds, was wild, and just said, all right, word. About to say, at least push this back to Golden State, respectfully. And finally, the game that I wish I got to see in person, the Pelicans and the Suns. It was a jumping game. Brandon Ingram, who actually was my number, had a 30 clip. And even though they start off the season 3-16, the Pelicans are handling the defending Western Conference champions, and they tied the series 2-2. So we're gonna see what that leads up to. So that's it for the Cheeky Little Sportscast. Joe,
Yeah,
I know things got hot this weekend,
they did indeed.
but there is unfortunately some more things that are going on that we got to talk about, especially in the southwest region of the United States, which it's pretty devastating stuff. So, you care to talk about that?
Sure thing. New Mexico Governor Michelle Lon Gersham signed emergency declarations as 20 wildfires continue to burn Sunday in nearly half of the state in the midst of a brutal rain drought. One wildfire in northern New Mexico started April 6th, merged with a newer fire Saturday to form the largest blaze in the state. The nasty blaze led to widespread evacuations in Mora and San Miguel counties. The fire was 84 square miles big on Sunday, and at this time, only 12% contained. An uncontained wind-driven wildfire in northern New Mexico that began April 17th has charred 81 square miles of ponderosa pine, oak bush, and grass by Sunday morning. Meanwhile, in Arizona, some residents forced to evacuate due to a wildfire near Flagstaff were allowed to return home Sunday morning. In Nebraska, authorities said wind-driven wildfires are sweeping through parts of the state and tragically killed a retired Cambridge fire chief and injured at least 11 firefighters. Fire officials were expecting the northern wildfires to slow Sunday as cloud and smoke cover moves in, allowing the forest to retain more moisture, but they added that the interior portions of the fires could show moderate to extreme behavior, which could threaten structures in those areas. More than 200 structures have been charred by the wildfires, and an additional 900 remain threatened.
Wow.
That's crazy. I feel like every year we hear these stories and like it never fails to like worry me, I guess. Like it's really devastating to hear that like people are being forced to evacuate and stuff
Mhm.
like that. So and like how easily it spreads too.
That's the thing. If you have the dry air, first off, it's going to eventually take over. And when you have droughts are a huge reason why that things are the way they are. No, we can't control the weather. We're not gods of gods of storms. We ain't Zeus. We ain't in charge of that. So when you see a drought, it's like, oh man, you kind of get concerned because first off, you don't know what to expect, especially if you hear a drought in the southwestern part of the United States. It's like, oh man, it's basically all hands on deck because you kind of get worrisome.
Mm-hmm.
So it's unfortunate, but at the same time, it's like, you just gotta hang in there, and that's a bad way to say, but you just gotta take a leap of faith. You gotta just hold on tight and just hope that the best is going to be the outcome you expect.
Yeah, and like
Mhm.
hopefully they could get it under control soon because like over 200 structures already and like additional 900 expect remain threatened. Like, yeah, I hope they would are able to soon.
200 structures is crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I can't even imagine like living through that. And for some people, it's like normal
Mm-hmm.
or not. I don't want to say normal, but it's something that they're used to living
Expected, I
with,
guess.
which is so crazy to me. I can't even imagine that.
Like, where do you go Like, where do you go? Because like your house could be burned down, your everything you own could be burned down. Like, where do you go like for evacuation? But also like if your wherever you live was threatened, how would you be able to go back and live there? Like,
Mhm.
what do you do? And that like always like that's the one thing I always think about when I hear the wildfires and like how the people are affected by it.
I think
Yeah.
Isaiah posed a very good question, asking if he thinks if we would be able to live in that area. So
Yes.
you think so?
Yes.
I don't think I could do it. I think it's too much risk for me.
Yeah,
And
same.
like Cassandra said, the potential of losing everything, that's very scary to me. And it being completely out of my control. And the fact that these fires happen so often
Mhm.
that it's just too much of a risk, in my
Yeah.
opinion,
So
for myself.
I'll give you the reason why I say yes. One, there's not really much that I am even fearful of. Like I know that if the choice of losing everything is up there, the great, it's gonna be a great potential. But I see this, I see everything as a new opportunity. So if God forbid everything I own was to get destroyed, get lost, yes, it's going to hurt. Yes, it's going to be a little while, but it's a new opportunity for me to dust myself off, get back up, and just go on from there. It's an opportunity to create new memories. And I think really my dad kind of said something about it, saying that it's not about the materialistic things, it's about the memories you have. And as long as you have the memories, everything else could go. The memories stick with you forever. And the memories keep you going. So I don't see what the issue is. If I was to lose everything, okay, cool. We'll just go on to just move on. And that's the idea I think some people should have. That I know it's hard to move on for a lot of people. Moving on is tough, but that's an idea that I always kind of just kind of grasp that at the fact that you have a new opportunity. Why would you try to hold yourself back? Just go out there and exuberate yourself into something else. If you lose something, go for it. Like the saying says, when one door closes, another one opens. So
Mhm.
That's a nice way to look at it. Like how there's like a sliver of like new opportunity even in so devastating circumstance. How do you say that word?
exuberant
No, like circumstance.
circumstances.
Yes. Thank you for that.
Yeah, that one. So yeah, vibes.
I didn't realize you were so much of an optimist.
Yeah.
Or
Really?
not yeah, I'd say
I think it's
optimist.
the optimistic
Really?
stance
Yeah.
on that.
You didn't like all that. Me neither.
Considering the fact that every week you tell us that you're gonna like throw shoes at us.
Your coach quotes, as Isaiah said, are also very inspiring.
True.
Yeah.
I would say that's an optimistic stance on this at least. But yeah.
Call me non-optimist is crazy, but that's beside the point. The point is, everything going on in the Southwest. We hope the very best for you guys, and just hope that these wildfires can be contained completely. And we just need something. So
Yeah.
Mhm.
we'll keep an eye on that. See how those things how that plays out. But this next thing, so we just got done this thing called the panorama, because according to our music director, next year's music director Jared Tauber, he said that Valentine is going to end the panorama and the pinata, right?
We love that.
Yeah, nah. The World Health Organization says that at least one death has been reported in connection with a new mysterious liver disease outbreaking affecting children in Europe and the United States. The UN Health Agency says that it has received reports of at least 169 cases of acute hepatitis of an unknown origin from a dozen countries. The cases were reported in children aged 1 month to 16 years, and 17 of those who fell ill required liver transplants. My thing just went away. Holy mackerel. Hold up. Holy mackerel. So yeah, my entire screen just went away, but it's basically saying that why is my computer just like, oh my goodness. It said that
Do you want me to take over, Cam?
yeah, take over. I
Okay.
don't know why my key just went weird.
You got it.
That was strange.
The UN Health Agency said that it has so far received a ton of cases. Next one. The cases were reported in children aged 1 month to 16 years old, and 17 of those who fell ill required double transplants. The WHO didn't say in which country the death occurred. The first cases were recorded in Britain, where 114 children have been diagnosed with the strange illness.
Hey, yo, Joe, tag out, man. Tag out. I got it from here.
Yeah.
They just
All right, so
swap the
boom.
high five.
The quote: "It's not clear yet if there has been an increase of hepatitis cases or an increase of awareness of hepatitis cases that occurred as the expected rate, but go undetected. Experts say that cases may be linked to a virus commonly associated with colds, but further research is still ongoing. While an adenovirus is a possible hypothesis, investigations are ongoing for the causative agents. At least 20 of the children tested positive for the coronavirus, and the WHO said affected countries are stepping up their surveillance of the hepatitis cases in children." So what I'm hearing is, I'm not. This is another version of. Not really. I'm not gonna say it because they said 20 kids,
Yeah, 20 out of the how many was it?
169.
Yeah.
What percentage is that?
We're gonna
Not
do some
that
math.
high, but at the same time, COVID is weird. But
I will do the math.
It's concerning, yeah. Like especially like something else on the rise.
It's
with
12%.
12%. Okay.
like, first off, we beat the one thing. It's like it's like in a way, the disease saying, "Hey,
Like we can't catch a break.
you look at let's look at you like, yeah, you ain't gonna forget about us anytime soon."
Yeah.
I
Like-
think there is the possibility that it could possibly stem from COVID, though.
That's what I'm
I'm
thinking
not
too.
quite sure because maybe I'm sure there are many children of the 169 who have possibly had COVID and just don't currently have it.
Mhm.
So it could have offshooted from that as well. So that shouldn't be something that's ruled out 100% because even though 12%, it's only 12% that has COVID, these children, I'm sure at least some of them had COVID previously. So
Yeah. I'm also surprised like how wide the age range is. Like 1 month to 16 years old.
mhm.
Like that's like
That's a huge age range.
huge. But
Yeah.
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 No,
It's
that's
so strange.
strange. That doesn't take over what it is.
Mm-hmm.
Like
I-
I think that my
No,
apologies.
you go.
I think that one thing definitely good to keep in mind on, if this is the next thing, does it really affect the adults? Like you're saying, ages 1 month to 16 years, but like can adults get affected by it, or is it something inside children that they don't have I don't know the immune system
Yeah.
or whatever it is that is able to combat this, like like it's a balloon tower defense or something.
Mm-hmm.
Especially with children, their immune systems are very weak. So this could be potentially fatal if it becomes more severe or if it develops into something that is more harmful.
Yeah.
Listen, that's just the way I see things. Hopefully, it's nothing too crazy, but you never know sometimes because here on Morning Buzz, we talk about crazy things, and when we return, we're going to see a big fat. Oh, nice! That's hilarious. So yeah, we'll be right back.
To protect her home and family.
I'm telling you, Laura always hacks Monday Buzz. I don't know why. She's always here. Like, it's crazy. But yeah, welcome back to the Monday Buzz here on 90.3 WMC up in Montclair. So, Joe.
Yep.
Some of the things that this next thing is, it's kind of crazy. This is some stuff you hear.
You say.
Well, that's not the point.
Yeah.
So, how much you talk about it? I think I should, but like,
Yeah. I'm gonna take this one just so we keep it sane. Truth is this.
How dare you?
Actually, do you want to take it?
Oh, respectfully, yeah. Let me get this. A union representing a majority of police officers in Clark unanimously votes no confidence in the township's mayor, Sal Bonacoroso. This comes after recordings of him using racial slurs and sexist language service online. Here's a statement from the officer's quotes. His words reflect an attitude which that has no place for our society, and more importantly, no place in a position of leadership nor elected office. We have taken an oath to protect and serve the residents of the township of Clark, and each day we endeavor to fulfill that oath. Today, in order to protect the service and serve the residents, we are speaking out against what we perceive to be an outright injustice of Mayor Bonacoroso. A whistleblower captured Bonacoroso, Police Chief Pedro Matos, and Internal Affairs Sergeant Joseph Teston saying horrible things. They refer to Black people as spooks, shines, and use the N-word. The news organization also revealed details of a 2020 settlement that quietly paid that whistleblower, Police Lieutenant Antonio Manta, and his lawyer $400,000 to keep that story quiet. Bonacoroso initially denied using any racist language, but later apologized after the recordings became public. The 6-term Republican mayor has so far resisted calls from opponents and members of their own party to resign. That's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
But the reason why, okay, so yes, that for someone to get caught saying that's wild. First things first.
Yeah.
One, if you're going to run for public office, you can't say this kind of you will get caught like that. Two, racism is not the wave. Like, if you're gonna be racist, don't. Just don't. But you're not Dave Chappelle. You're not funny. Only a few people in the world can get away with having, like, if you're like being racist, that's not the wave. At the same time, you cannot you can't allow yourself to be put in a situation like this. Like, why would you ever make comments like this if you're going to run for a public office in a community that is diverse?
Mm-hmm.
Like, what? There's not much you can do. And imagine what would you do if you lived there? If you lived there, if you heard your mayor say some words, like, what would you do? How would you feel?
I don't want to move. I don't want somebody
Same.
representing the town who thinks like that, who has no problem saying things like that,
Same.
I
Yeah.
agree.
What I say is not reflect the station. This is my opinion. I would sit there and start laughing.
Cool.
I
I see it.
I'm numb to those kind of words, to that kind of, like, I'm just numb to it. But it's like, at the same time, words don't really, what are words gonna do? Like, I don't,
A
you
lot.
could you can say I don't care, you can say the craziest thing ever. You at the FCC, words ain't gonna hurt me, respectfully.
I think the fact that he also denied it and kept denying it until it became public is just a terrible thing to do.
Exactly.
If you're going to do something that's as horrible as he did, at least have the decency to acknowledge what you did wrong and apologize for it, or move on, like, or
Own it.
attempt to move on for it at least. But
Sure.
the fact that he denied it until he couldn't anymore is so disgusting to me.
Mm-hmm. I'm also curious why the whistleblower decided to keep quiet in the first place.
There you got
Because they got
$400,000. What you
I
mean?
get that, but more of
Yo,
why now? I guess did they come out? That's my question, I guess. But Yeah.
You run that $400,000. Like, all right, well,
Like
ran out
he
of money.
ran out
All
of
right,
it and he said,
well,
I gotta go.
Okay.
well, y'all want to hear what he said? Oh yeah. So let me tell you what this young man said. Like, you run out of money. It's like, all right, bet. Like, that's the thing about people. Everybody's got a price,
No, yeah.
and that's the unfortunate thing to say, but
Mhm.
everybody's got a price.
That song was right.
What song?
Oh, the price tag one.
Price tag,
Yep.
yeah.
Everybody got a price.
Like you
I'm
could buy
sorry.
somebody. Well, that sounds crazy. Wow, not the right word choice. You could buy someone's beliefs, buy someone's silence.
Yeah.
That's but yes, you could say that.
Do you guys
And
think he should resign?
yes,
Yeah. I mean, there's no
Yes.
way out of this.
I
Like,
agree.
There is no way out of this.
like you're in hot water. It's this is the second worst thing that happened to a political figure in the northeast region since last year. And that's some
No.
guy.
No, I feel like it didn't. I don't want to say it didn't happen to him because he brought it on himself, but this is fully his responsibility.
Oh,
He
1,000%.
said those things,
Toast
and
my
he
goats.
should take accountability for it.
Oh, toast my goats. But that's just. But hopefully people learn from this, and hopefully that at the end of the day, people are able to, grow from this. And also this, if you're gonna be racist, just don't do that. Don't do that.
Racism equals bad.
Racism is not tolerated, but what's going on, bro? And that's in Clark, New Jersey. So we're going to transition. We're staying in house for this one. And it's a little bit of a sadder story. So we had a high school lacrosse player who got flown in by helicopter to a hospital over the weekend after being struck in the head during a game. The player was from North Hunterdon High School, a regional school in Clinton Township, New Jersey. They're playing Ridge High School from Bernardes Township in Somerset County in a boys varsity game that started at 10 a.m. The nature and seriousness of the injury could not be learned at this time. Paramedics from Hunterdon Medical Center responded to the scene, but the player was flown in by State Police North Star Medivac helicopter to Morristown Medical Center. A state police spokesperson could not immediately provide information on the incident Saturday. Messages left at the high school and for the team's coach were not returned. The game was halted and postponed. The status of the player remains unknown.
that's really concerning.
Yeah, and
Like,
that right there is another example of anything can happen.
mhm. I feel like in sports and like high school sports, like especially it's talked about, like the risk for injury is like always a concern, and it's really like I keep like saying concerning, but like it is.
It's
like, to see
alarming.
like it
It's-
actually happened, and especially with like student athletes and stuff. But,
Earlier in the school year, back in my hometown, there was a football player who something very similar happened where he was in a game and he got a head injury
Mhm.
and he wound up going unconscious. And I don't know how long he was unconscious for. I don't really know the full details of the story, but he got sent to a hospital and everybody was worried and the whole community came together and I think they raised money for the family and were very, very concerned for the family. And it's just, you don't think like something like that is going to affect you until it does or
Yeah.
impact you, and you don't think it's going to happen in your town, and then it happens and everybody's at a loss of words. And
Yeah.
hopefully this kid is going to be okay. It's just a shame that nobody is letting anybody know, because I know as a community, everybody in my community was very, very worried, and me being in
I guess like also I know what you're saying. I know like the community like should be able to come together, but I guess it's like
Mhm.
also privacy reasons.
Yeah,
I understand that.
it's
But
just
a
too
simple
fresh.
hey, he's okay,
Yeah.
hey, he's not doing too great is all that could
Yeah, I get that.
ease for lack of a better word, ease the mind.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I think also you got to think about this. It happens so quickly too,
Mhm.
and I don't think that people were able to really discuss the overall result of how the young man is feeling. And that's the thing that some parents should realize this. And to all the parents out there, just you never know. You got to make sure that you gotta have your kids' best interest at heart. And I've seen a lot. I've seen this a lot, but you're going to see. It's the unfortunate thing about sports. You see a lot of injuries, and to the extreme, you're going to see examples of this. And I think that to parents that are, they have their kids in high school, they got to understand that it's okay if their kid is not the best, of the best. It's okay. That's fine. Things happen. So why would you want to try to put your child into a situation and berate them for not being better than? No, you gotta support your kids because things like this happen all the time. It's just crazy that it's happened in our home state.
Oh yeah.
Of course.
So, honestly, we just wish nothing but the very best for North Hunterdon High School, North Hunterdon High School, and of course the student himself. Hopefully that he makes a recovery, and he's able to, overcome whatever it is. But that's really what I have to say to that.
Yes.
And now we're going to go to Allie's home state of New York.
Yes, we are.
Yay.
And because we're going to talk about this thing called cannabis-infused foods it's crazy. So New York State officials are weighing whether to allow pizzerias and other eateries to sell fresh cannabis-infused foods in packaged edibles. Aaron Gattleman, a spokesperson for the official office of cannabis management, confirmed that there have been discussions about awarding special licenses to food preparers, raising the possibility of offering such peso pot pizza or pepperoni with sweet weed sauce. However, the regulations regarding infused food products have not yet been released. The New York City passed a bill legalizing recreational marijuana last year, and the first licenses to sell will be issued in the fall. Sales in neighborhood stores will begin by the end of 2022. State Senator Liz Kruger's a key architect in New York's cannabis laws, said that having eateries like pizzerias using cannabis was not a hot topic. When she worked on the bill, but it's not explicitly prohibited either. First things first, that's money making right there off rip.
It is.
That's money.
That is money making.
Like you have cannabis infused pizza. First off, they're gonna buy some more because
I like how when they were making the bill, it wasn't even like thought of, and like all of a sudden like it was made, and people's like, okay, can we do this?
it's like, whoa, bro, we're about to get lit. Oh, like respectfully. Hey, respectfully is crazy.
Respectfully is crazy.
So yeah,
I'm just curious, like how it's gonna be regulated. I guess like how much of it can be put and like how much it can be sold and stuff.
so
I'd say that's where it's going to get really tricky in terms of how they're going to go about it if it winds up being passed. But also, if you have a store like a 99-cent pizza in New York City, how do you really know where they're getting their marijuana from?
Yeah.
So I
the dollar
think
store.
it becomes.
Oh, wait a minute, that's hilarious.
It can become very tricky in terms of, did they get it from a reliable source? Did they get it from something that's trustworthy, or could it potentially be harmful to other people?
All right, so I just have a lot of jokes in my head. So boom, right? They went to the local dealer, right? And they said, "Hey, yo, my brother, you trying to like bless?" And the dude's like, "Oh yeah, word, I got you. My stuff is the bomb." So he's like, "Word, I got you, my brother." They did a little something because how the government likes to do things. They like to tax on certain things, aka adult beverages, for example. The tax adult beverages crazy. So when they have an opportunity to see this, they're going to tax marijuana. They're going to tax cannabis really crazy because it's new. It's like rock and roll. It's like, whoa, what is this? Never before seen.
Like not only that, it's popular. It's gonna
Exactly.
make some money.
So it's like money. Oh yeah. They try to go to a store, a store, an own store. Yeah, good luck, my brother.
Especially since I'm sure, like, in order to get like a license to be able to distribute it, there's going to be a ton of regulations that
Yep.
they're going to have to meet and consistently follow through on in order to keep their license. So
Yeah, but how true are people going to stick to that? I'm just thinking out loud, but
I feel like
a lot of the conversations over the past few weeks have been around obtaining guns and gun control and stuff like that. And there's obviously guns and the privilege of having a gun that's being abused. So is that going to happen with this? You know what I mean? I'm just saying that even though there may be like strict regulation and there may be stipulations to go around obtaining a license, are people really going to follow it?
Definitely not. Because first off, you gotta think if you give you a license, that's cute, that's cool, but you gotta remember who you're competing against. Oh, you want to know who you're competing against? My fault.
yeah, you're just gonna like, oh yeah, you got to do this, and then just not bring it up.
Oh, here's why. One, you're competing against people that have been selling cannabis for, I'm not gonna snitch, but 13 years about here. But now they've been selling cannabis since, no, forget that. They've been selling cannabis since the 1980s.
Yes.
Which, if you were doing that, yikes. So you got the street dealers, you got people that just are able to do things with it. You got people who try, like, you got the market that you're selling against is crazy, and they could lower their prices. You can't. You got to follow government rules. Now, I'm not condoning any sort of do this versus this. I'm not condoning that at all. What I'm saying is, you're basically handicapping yourself because you got to follow so many rules and regulations. And it's like, what's going on, bro? So yeah, vibes. Anything else you guys got to say about that?
Nope.
No.
No, that's it.
All right, well, you know what I'm gonna do?
What are you gonna do?
I'm gonna go get some pump up music. So respectfully, we'll be right back. Respectfully, we are back here on 90.3 WMC Upper Montclair. And if you at all listened to this past weekend,
Which you should have.
respectfully, you would have known that it was Vinyl-a-thon / anniversary weekend. Our 55th anniversary officially was last week, but due to the holiday, we said, why not just have an even bigger and better event than before? Well, sorry guys, we went a little over 55 hours. We have 57 hours, 30 minutes, because
What are you gonna do?
that senior send-off was holy.
Still feels
Yo, listen,
emotion.
I was emotionally drained, and
I am still emotionally drained.
to be the first show after that, I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan.
It's wild.
Put it simply.
It's crazy.
Yo, it's like where's the babysitter? And it's like being inside a Chinese finger trap.
Okay, so
But yeah, so move, right?
so do you two know what Vinyl-a-thon is? Because I know we've been talking about it a bunch around the station, but I do know that you two were busy with Greece and stuff. But do you know at all what Vinyl-a-thon is?
I heard a lot of like talk about it. It was like playing like a bunch of vinyls and like the importance of like vinyl music and keeping it there. So yeah, I mean that's basically my little spiel. Sorry, Allie.
No, you're good. So my friend and my roommate participated. They were Saturday at 6 a.m.
Yep.
So that was fun to hear them wake up. I was like, oh, it's like morning buzz. But
How the tables are turned.
yes, I listened to the ABBA hour. That one was so good.
Shout out Jared.
Shout out Jared Talber.
Can't go wrong
And
with
JC
ABBA.
DeMaria.
Yes, and JC David. You're right.
And it yeah, I listened when I could. I wish I was able to get involved.
Yeah, but you
it
kind of had
sounds
this
like
thing
a lot
called
of
Grease
fun.
that exists.
You had Grace.
Yeah.
You kind of had a sellout show called Grease that existed.
Yeah.
Yes, we did.
You had a show that was held out every night.
Yes.
Respectfully,
there's
though.
a group
Quite
called
respectfully, actually.
MSU Players, and we had 4 performances. Of
All
Grease
sold
this
out,
weekend.
crazy.
All sold out.
Being sold out is crazy.
Yes.
Anyway, that's not the point. Now, the official definition of Vinyl-a-thon is an annual event for radio stations across the USA and the world who want to celebrate the form of vinyl music to be played at least by 1 hour of vinyl-only music of the day, which ironically was Saturday.
Yes.
So-
It was Friday it went from Friday at 7 p.m. to Saturday at 7 p.m.
And that was only vinyl.
That was only
For
vinyl.
the entirety of that 24 hours, we had people live in studio mixing vinyl.
That's what-
We had DJs. It was lit. Actually, I wasn't even in studio for some.
Did you
I
guys do
was.
vinyl?
See, I
Please.
personally didn't have a show, but I did help the lovely Tara Cicchetti spin her vinyl during when sports was supposed to go, which don't know why that happened because vinyl. But anyways,
you want a
vinyl.
box? You trying to box? Like, what's up? You trying to box?
Oh, you're not gonna have shoes. We love them.
Yo, because I like these shoes today.
but anyways, no. When we did end up when her show did end up going over, I was helping her spin vinyl. It was me, her, Nathaniel Williams, all of us were
Why
here.
don't government names out? What is going on? Say Nathaniel was crazy.
It's too early.
Just say Unk.
Not going to do that. But no,
Oh, yes, exactly.
the three of us were in here. We were vibing. We were spinning vinyl. It was actually my first time spinning vinyl as a freshman here at the station. And to be honest, I'm excited for next year because I want to start buying vinyl so I can.
No word, yo.
Start
Vinyl
spinning
looks
it.
mad.
I
Vinyl looks,
vinyls, and then I don't even use them all the time.
bro. Vinyl looks mad cool.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, yo. Respectfully, I gotta try it.
I wanted a record player for so long, but I know if I were to get a record player, I'd definitely get the Bluetooth mode and then just connect it to the Bluetooth, which defeats the whole purpose.
Exactly. So
I
it's like,
have
what's the
a
point?
record player at home, and like I use it like once in a while, but like it's something. It's nice. I like pulling out the records and just like, and especially the cool ones that they like press it and like there's like designs and stuff. Like I have a
Yes.
transparent one with
No.
gold
Yeah.
pieces in it.
Also,
Like, really
I
nice.
gotta give a shout out to Terry Dickerson, the Friday Buzz co-host. She sent out a TikTok on the Discord. It was hilarious of how you clean vinyl. Putting the vinyl in a washer and dryer is crazy.
That is absolutely
That is barbaric.
for
to do
legal
that.
reasons. Please do not do that. You will ruin your
Legal
vinyl.
reasons, you will
If you
get
do-
in trouble.
You please do not do
No,
that.
no.
You will ruin your vinyl.
If you do, make sure you go viral for it.
Yeah.
Yes. If you do it, make sure you go viral because you will need to buy that vinyl again.
Respectfully.
Respectfully.
So you two weren't around. Which
I went to the Vinyl-a-thon workshop that
Yeah.
Ben held.
that's fair.
I learned some
Yeah, same.
interesting things. I didn't know that each of the grooves on a vinyl were
Split
the
songs?
songs.
Yeah,
Yes.
I
didn't know
thought
how
that
to
was
read the
very
songs.
fascinating.
I was happy when I learned that because I'm like, how do I play a specific song I just want to hear? But yeah.
Yes.
It's lit.
yeah.
But Joe,
Yes.
really between you and me, what shows were you part of?
Oh well, obviously, as I said before, I helped Tara Cicchetti during her supposed to be 1 turned into 3-hour block on Saturday.
Sorry about that.
It's totally fine. And then Joe Schweitzer and I, since we weren't able to do our normal time slot on Friday, we did pull an hour for the Joe Two Ways About a DLC edition. And then the other Joe, it's complicated, I know. They have a specialty show, you can call it, called The Same Few Songs,
It's kind
where
of fire.
it was very nice because the whole point is they only have like a select set of songs, so like it couldn't be done like the music show that couldn't be done on like a weekly basis. But I know they did it for their ADJ test, and I think they did it one other time, so this was the 3rd time The Same Few Songs show was played. And the two of us are just kind of vibing in here, and then the two of us, we did a thing that I'll let you get to after you just talk about what shows you were on.
So no, I was not here all Saturday because I was competing down at Widener University at a track meet.
Respectfully.
But
Respectfully.
I was on shows Friday into Saturday night. I literally went to sleep at 4:30 a.m. Then I had to catch a bus 2 hours later. Not fun.
Not at all.
But that was not the point. When I got back, I was able to do my show, coaching the road to the anniversary. First off, I just called a coach of friends. It had me and our lovely production assistant next year, Alex Braun. We just really just sat there, talked about family, talked about those important people in our lives. Then we just did 2 hours of presidential trivia.
Nice.
Like we sat there and talked history.
That's cool.
That was
Then
very nice.
after that, I hopped on Tara's show the next morning. I forget which one it was because
It was the one with Sean and
Philippe.
Stomp the Planet.
Yes, because Tara had like 4 or 5 shows this weekend.
That's crazy.
Respectfully.
Quite respectfully.
Then after that, I didn't sleep at all because why would you sleep? It's Valentine's weekend.
I know.
Then after that, we got on to playing WMSD&D.
Yes.
First time I ever played D&D.
I want to play D&D.
You did a very good job, to be honest.
Rufus is my name.
Rufus, yes.
Wait, so how long was it?
Three
It was 3 hours. It was
Dang.
run by Nate Williams again, and then it had me, the other Joe. It had Alex Brown again, and it had Cam as a last minute sub in with Tara Cicchetti and Emmett Arlen. So this is 6 of us, and I'm not sure if you picked up on this, but we fought the board. We fought the board.
Oh, like the
Yeah,
board.
Nate showed me his notes afterward, and we fought the board.
That's hilarious.
The first room were the 2 phones because they moved at the same time.
That's hilarious. That's hilarious.
The what is it? The mixer was DJ. Sir Mix-a-Lot was the DJ mixer. NJ Zoom was the Zoom mic plus the RCS faders because they all took the same amount of damage. And then host plus the 3 co-hosts was the mics that we're using right now.
That's hilarious. Yo, so after that, I hopped on Polish Hour for a little bit. Then I went into the office to get some food.
Yeah, food.
Then after I was gonna be in there for like 3 minutes, and it turned into me being in the office for like a half hour because WSC lore exists.
Yes.
So then after that, I hopped on karaoke therapy, and then the emotional senior send off that was only supposed to be. Oh, of War the original plan was supposed to be an hour. I was like, yeah, that's not gonna happen.
Yeah, like they said it's an hour. I'm just like,
This says an hour.
what time are we actually leaving here?
Listen, this said it was gonna be an hour. You know, it would have been from 11 to 12. I thought Kai shows for 2 hours, and I was like, yeah, that's not happening.
Yeah.
So they started
funny.
senior send off at 10.
And
It
we
basically
still
went from
went
10 to 1. 10 to 1, basically.
12,
40%.
40,
12,
45.
12.
Yeah.
So
But
they vibes.
still, it was very nice hearing everyone talk, and especially like hearing from people that I really haven't heard much of on the station, like Lewis. That
Yeah,
was-
Lewis.
That was really nice.
Like it's this is a refreshing change of pace. See more people be there. Some of them, Joe. What are some of your favorite events from Vinyl?
Favorite events. Obviously, learning how to spin vinyl. Obviously, the WMSD and D2 Electric Boogaloo.
Respectfully.
Doing my show with Joe Schweitzer and being a guest on their show. But to be honest, some of my favorite moments were just like we're over in the studio when all of us were talking, and like the Target runs that we had to do to supply the people that were
The good people.
the good people of WMSC. Me as an engineer, me, the other Joe, and Nate, as along with a couple others. Twice we had to make a run to Target to pick up like snacks and drinks and all that fun stuff. And it's essentially just like a big bonding moment, barely sleeping for over the course of 55 hours.
Yeah. How much sleep did you get?
The first night I will say I did get a little more. I was asleep by like 2:30ish.
Must be nice.
But I did have to wake up at 7 for the Buzz thing because I listened to. Oh, and also another favorite part, Battle of the Buzz, which we will get to later, like in a little like 30 seconds. But the second night, Saturday into Sunday, I fell asleep at like 4 and got up at 6, and that was it.
Respectfully. So for me, favorite moments was just being with the people. Nobody, the WMC family it's really a family, but things were just over. It was just in spite of everything that happened over the weekend, i.e., a certain person that is working downstairs.
Yes.
That JT says looks like the Diary of a Kid version of Shell I've ever seen. That was hilarious.
That was absolutely.
That was hilarious.
That was wild.
That's
crazy.
The Geico caveman kind of said was good, was popping, and just said, "Get over here" to some things.
Yeah.
Outside of that, and another person that's I don't want to Gorg.
We're not gonna name names, but
yeah, Gorg.
People that were trying to bring down the weekend.
The vibes are still lit.
The vibes were amazing.
Listen, in spite of everything, you got as long as you have your core people. Actually, that's going to be part of the quote I have later on. But yeah, it was lit. Also, I had to call a Chinese basketball game, so that was fun.
That's crazy.
Why?
So shout out to Dr. Strudler. He kind of organized a good handful of us sports communications majors to call basketball games or to call sports games. Rugby, basketball, water polo, just to give us an opportunity, but no one really stepped up to the plate. So I'm like, you know what? I'll step up. I might as well take the hours.
Nice. Yeah.
So I learned, and Chinese basketball is lit. Shout out to the Liaoning Flying Leopards. They're up 3-0, so we shall see how that goes. Tomorrow is game 4, and I might be calling it because no one wants to step up, respectfully.
Nice.
After that, how's your body feel, Joe? My body feels very mid.
That's the best way to put just.
I got a total of 4 hours of sleep in that entire span. 6 hours if you want to include today's sleep. So vibes.
Nice.
And Battle of the Buzz. All right, guys. First things first, I need you guys to take your headphones off because I will be screaming the next.
Thank you for the warning.
Thank you for the warning for once.
Oh my gosh, my hat.
Yeah, I just took it off. I can keep it on. And Cam, whenever you are ready. Okay, please.
Respectfully, I'm gonna say this.
Oh my god.
We got robbed. I demand a recount. How does Friday have 65 votes? That crazy. It wasn't even close sometimes. Like, don't get me wrong. Friday's pretty cool. I was part of Friday, for the last 2 semesters. But at the same time, no. That is crazy. 65 votes is crazy. I don't know what we did wrong. We were late. We provide the juice every single week, and yet we got robbed like that. We got second place. Are you serious, my brother? Serious, my brother?
You want to turn me down?
Oh yeah, I got you.
Not only did we get second place, we tied for second place.
Like it's not a win.
That's absolutely insane.
That's the biggest insult.
That is the biggest insult possible.
I'm chilling.
So yeah.
I think second place is fun.
No.
No.
Listen, I'm gonna give you.
You're 10 feet away from your mics right now.
Listen. I'm gonna give you a little snippet real quick. You played to win the game. You played to win the game.
Mhm.
We didn't win.
Have
Why
you
didn't
ever,
win?
have you ever heard of the
That's
phrase?
ain't fair. Huh?
Go, Allie.
Have you ever heard of the phrase? First is the worst, second is the
Hey,
best.
yo,
You can't have two best. That's the whole
No.
battle of the bus.
you cannot have two best. But yo, shout out to Tuesday. I don't know how. Oh, yo, Tuesday.
Shout out to
Yo, first things first.
I thought Tuesday was gonna win.
Tuesday
not
be
I thought
gonna
Tuesday
crazy.
lie.
would win
Tuesday be
too.
crazy.
Nah,
They
like,
only get them. But I'm sorry. Thursday only getting 8 votes is crazy.
nah. Here's the thing. They don't have a really consistent crew. But I do gotta say this.
The radio drama.
I do gotta say this. Shout out to Tuesday because for real though, you like Kyle, like you are a multi-talented individual, and you really inspired me to be a better host. Because some of the things that you do, I want to try and incorporate that. So, Tuesday Buzz is not the best buzz as you see the votes,
Obviously.
but Tuesday Buzz is it's a solid crew, a solid cast of characters because you guys make it that much more enjoyable. You guys are have great chemistry, and you're always one key piece away, and that's my department. So I blame my department for that. Sportscasters, but you got Tanner now. Tanner holds down the fort, and we love Tanner, and you guys are just a legendary crew.
Yeah. Yes.
But
can we
But
talk
next time?
Can we talk about that radio drama for a second, please?
which one?
The one that you recorded for?
Oh,
How many radio dramas have you
The,
done?
the one that we played for Battle of the. I guess I'm gonna.
Yeah,
That was
yeah.
disrespectful. I'm gonna take off from you now. So I'm not sure if either of you are familiar with I'm not sure what network it's on, but the reality TV series.
Oh, the
called
Big Brother one.
Big Brother.
Oh, yes,
I
that one.
love
Oh, yes,
Big
that one.
Brother.
So
I specifically love the Big Brother Celebrity Edition.
Listen, I was
Oh, I did
knocked
not
out, so
like that
yes,
one.
I
That's the only one I watched.
Yeah, the radio drama-
watched one
I didn't
season.
hear the full thing because I was asleep on the bus.
I specifically woke up so I could listen to it because
Wait, when did it air?
It aired on Saturday, but right before we had Saturday had a 2-hour time slot for
Mhm.
the buzz. The first hour was for the radio drama that was written by the lovely I'm not gonna bring out the government names, Emo McCormack, and produced by so many wonderful, amazing people.
I.e. Kelly Marr, i.e.
Kelly Marr,
There's i.e.
just so many
the
people.
peeps. Like we can't name you all because
It will be on YouTube soon. For those
Oh,
of you who would
word?
like to go listen to it. And
word.
But just the amount of inside jokes that we were able to incorporate from the station and keeping in line.
FCC guidelines is crazy.
FCC guidelines are
True
crazy.
talent.
Yes. But it was so much fun, like sitting there just and being allowed to tell Tanner that his Tuesday crew doesn't have diversity.
That's
Literally that made it into the final cut.
Oh my
hilarious.
god.
that was
I'm gonna have to
hilarious.
listen to it later though.
It will be on YouTube soon, hopefully. Fingers crossed. Yes, actually, Isaiah says it will be on YouTube soon, and I'm already plan on listening it like this. I plan on listening to it again just because it's that good, and it's something I can say that I am a part of and will live on in infamy if we do another one next for the next one. Who
No,
knows?
we definitely are.
We definitely
And who
are.
knows? Maybe I won't be your co-host. Maybe you level up to the point where you are running a morning buzz, and I'm just
You guys will be competing against each
the
other.
old wise man.
Yes, there was so.
But you are listening to 90.3 WMSC Upper Montclair, and we are going to take a break because I need a water. So we will return.
Thanks, Pete.
I'm convinced that Laura always hacks. She just loves hacking
Well,
Monday.
see, here's the thing. We got Isaiah over in the other studio. Shout out to Isaiah. So she's got to get on here somehow.
I don't care. She always be finding a way to hack the Monday Buzz. But speaking of which, Monday Buzz is famous for its themes, and today I wonder. Oh, right, we're all have our themes. We got purple on. Joe has the purple streamers. Sam has purple shirts.
I don't own purple.
Well, you have that right now. So
Well, I have this that you found in the office for me.
Hey, that's beside the point.
Yeah, it's purple.
Yeah,
It's purple.
it's on me.
So, Allie, why are we wearing purple again? Oh,
Because
that's right.
I picked it.
Oh, that's right. Because it's someone's birthday in the cut. Happy birthday, Allie, once again.
Thank you.
And because it's your birthday, I have a question for you.
What?
Can I get a newscast?
Maybe. If
Ah,
I'm
okay.
feeling nice. Well,
Oh,
I'm
actually,
feeling nice.
yeah,
so.
I was gonna say if you're feeling nice,
Well, I'm feeling nice.
I was gonna say if
so-
you're feeling
Well,
nice.
we checked
I
in
just
and I feel
remain
nice.
silent.
Just
Do
remain
not
silent.
do it.
Breaking news: Allie's feeling nice.
No new information was learned.
I was gonna say if you weren't feeling nice, I could have dropped some knowledge real quick. But
All right. Hello, everybody. My name is Ali Arario, and on this lovely Monday, I am joining you from 90.3 WMSC Upper Montclair. In international news, Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelensky is pushing for more powerful weapons from the West to counter Russia's heavy invasion of eastern Ukraine. On Sunday, he met with United States Secretary of State Antony Blinken, as well as U.S. Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin, to discuss more means of assistance in the country. In national news, there is a tunnel fire in northern Arizona that has been burning for over a week now. It has burned over 21,000 acres of land and is continuing to spread due to the high winds and dry conditions in the state. As of Saturday morning, there were 334 personnel on the scene, and the area has been in a state of emergency since Thursday. In regional news, on Saturday, an 18-year-old that attended the New Milford High School was unfortunately found deceased in Hardcastle Pond, which is near Dorchester Lane in New Jersey. He was identified to be Clinton G. Ahid and was planning on attending Montclair State University to study criminal justice. The cause of death is unknown. However, a witness did say that they saw Ahid enter the pond and never return. Our thoughts go out to all of his family and all of his friends. For some weather, it is currently 48 degrees outside and partly sunny. Today is predicted to have a low of 44 and a high of 62. This week will have temperatures in the 50s and the 60s all throughout the week. So I don't know about you, but I know that I will be taking full advantage of that warmth. Thank you, and back to you, Cam.
respectfully, though, and we're going to talk about warm weather. Let's talk about how two baseball teams in the great city of New York they were wild this weekend. The Mets and the Yankees both played. The Mets played the Diamondbacks in Arizona, and the Yankees played the Guardians at the Bronx, and they both had huge wins. For example, the Yankees, they are one of the last three straight. They beat the Guardians 4-1. Game one, beat the Guardians 5-4, and then they smacked them yesterday, 10-2. In spite of all the fans that were just wilding, that's not the point. It's cool. They got the job done. So the Mets, they won. They had a regular season series against the Diamondbacks where they won the series 4-2. They got the job done. And Kelly McGill said, "What's popping, gang?" and was just slinging that thing left and right. And then JD Davis said, "I buy baseball. The Mets are looking good. The Yankees are looking. They're just looking. But that's not the point." So yeah, vibes. Oh, and here's my coach's quote for today. And it's kind of fitting because, Vomathon. It was really just nothing but you with your friends. And the quote is this. I actually heard this on How I Met Your Mother. So the quote is, "Whatever you do in this life is not legendary unless your friends are there to see it." Because, no matter what, this weekend was awesome. You had your friends, you had a lot of close friends that were all there together, able to spend a moment together, and you're able to just enjoy each other's company.
Mhm.
And it's one of those things that without being able to spend time with your loved ones, is it really that good? Is it really that good? It's not. So yeah, vibes.
Gotta have the people who support you and support them.
Exactly.
Mhm.
Exactly. Because you just hit the magic word, I got a question for you.
What's the question, Cam?
What's up with the events this week? Scrap?
So
What's
many
poppin',
events this
gang?
week. I'll tell you. So there's a couple of things happening this week.
Like what?
Today in the student rec pool, there's going to be some drive-in cartoons. It's
Wait,
not
what?
like actually drive-in. It's like you just watch cartoons in the pool. But
What?
it'll be from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. And if you don't want to chill in the pool, that's not a problem because there'll be some desk seating area to say dry on. Then tomorrow, there's going to be a DIY drink coasters event in the village lounges from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. All the supplies needed will be provided. So if you're looking for something fun to do, go check that out if you want.
Of course.
And if you want to do some crafts but are busy this week, the drop-in center has some take and make DIY wooden planters you can get on Wednesdays on this Wednesday, from 12 p.m. to 1 p.m. You can pick up a kit to paint your own wooden planter and potting supplies, including seeds. But this is while supplies last kind of thing, so make sure you get them early. And I know I'm feeling it. Like I need some stress relief, especially with like finals coming up. So if you're looking for some stress relief, there's going to be glow yoga. It'll
Glow
be
yoga,
in
nice.
the Student Rec Center main gym, room 1300, from 6:30 p.m. to 9 p.m. And the first 100 people who get there will receive a free T-shirt. I love free T-shirts, man. The class will begin at 8 p.m. And there's also going to be a raffle to win a speaker. So go check that out if you want.
Oh, word?
I
Mhm.
want to go to glow yoga. That sounds
Glow yoga
so
sounds lit.
fun.
Yeah, I know I need to like stretch out my body and like
I didn't realize we had Laura behind the board.
Hey, listen. I'm not that crazy. I'm not that crazy with the sound effects. Hi, Laura. We love you. But you be wild with the sound effects, respectfully, though.
Yeah, just if we had it on file, I'd say pull up the clip from the Big Buzz, but we don't. So
Not yet, at least.
not yet.
So, what event are you guys excited for?
Glow yoga.
Logo
yeah.
is crazy.
Probably if I would do any of these, I'd probably do the wooden planter on Wednesday because me, I like making things.
I need a new plant. Me and my friend went to the it was a couple weeks ago. They before spring break actually they had like the pot of plant event, and I left my plant here during spring break. So when I came back, it was dead. So I need
Oh.
a new plant.
I just want to ask why would you do that to yourself, Isaiah? But anyways,
But it's so crazy. It's so crazy.
what?
This is how Cassandra came back to her plants.
Fatality.
That's
I
really
thought you were gonna
nice.
want to go with the GTA.
I couldn't
sound.
find it.
Yeah, that's
I
fine.
was looking for it. I couldn't
That's
find
pretty
This
funny,
color.
Cam.
I'm not the
I will throw
biggest
shoes.
yoga fan. Sorry, I'm just got
What
yoga
is
on the
it?
brain.
Hold
now.
up. Where is it?
I'm not the biggest yoga fan, but I think the glow one could be cool. And I think
Yeah.
also, I mean, I don't know.
What
I'm
was
getting
that?
interrupted by sound effects.
Spooky.
I don't know about you guys, but I know this semester has been a little bit tough. So I think glow yoga might be a good way to de-stress,
That's an understatement.
Wait, time out.
especially towards the end of the semester.
I'm gonna say something.
What?
What?
We have two Jason Derulos.
Jason.
Why do we have two
Derulo.
Jason
What's the difference?
Derulos?
Play them both.
There's no difference.
Jason
He just needs his own
Derulo.
sound.
Like
Huh?
what is going on?
Jason Derulo.
But that's what. But yes, Allie, continue on because I did vibes.
That's it.
Like some
Well
yo
played.
this
You missed it, Cam.
this semester has been crazy. Like the stress, like I have not been so emotionally drained, so emotionally burnt out since summer 2020. But that's not the point.
That's not the point.
Like it's kind of crazy on how this sort of semester's been.
Mhm.
But there's the silver lining on all of it. The silver lining is this: we got 3 months off. Not me though. Stay safe.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, not me. That's so safe.
So yeah, vibes.
I will stay safe. Thank you.
Enjoy your summers because 3
Yeah.
more weeks and then we got 3 months.
Yes.
Make it count.
Be lit. Enjoy.
Nice.
That's crazy.
Yes.
All
sir.
right. So boom, right?
Yeah, boom.
Isaiah, we
So
love you.
boom.
You got
We,
this, my
we,
brother.
we love you, Isaiah.
So boom, right? Who is the funniest person you could think of? Texas Kitty.
Myself.
You have not met Tara then.
Daniel Williams.
Allie.
Hey!
Well, here's the thing. None of that matters. You know why?
Why?
Because none of y'all are funny enough to win an award for it.
Oh man.
Comedian, talk show host, and political influencer Jon Stewart receives the Mark Twain Prize for a lifetime achievement in humor. Stewart is the 23rd recipient of that prize. The ceremony took place at the Kennedy Center of Performing. At the event, testimonials and skits from fellow comedians were seen to honor the comedian. Stewart himself spoke on Dave Chappelle's Mark Twain ceremony in 2019. The 59-year-old rose to prominence as a stand-up comic and a host of multiple failed talk shows before running over to Comedy Central's The Daily Show in 1999. A year after Isaiah was born. You're old. His 16-year run as The Daily Show host turned him into a cultural and political force as he trained the secretarial eye on both politics and increasing polarized national media. Since retiring from The Daily Show in 2015, Stewart has become a vocal proponent of a number of social causes. He has returned to television as the host of The Problem with Jon Stewart on Apple Television Plus, the Deluxe Edition. Respectfully.
I didn't even know this was an award.
Me
I don't know
neither.
either.
Neither did I.
I didn't know Mark Twain had his own.
Yeah, I don't know Mark
humor
Twain.
award.
I don't know Mark Twain was funny.
I don't think he was. I think wasn't his like political pieces and stuff.
Let me look him up.
I could
and
be
if
wrong.
he's
Oh no, here's
humor-
I know Mark Twain wrote a book.
I don't read.
I know Mark Twain wrote a book.
He wrote multiple books. I
That
know
was
Google
very
said that he was also a humorist.
Oh,
Cap. Mark Twain
I
actually
didn't know he was
no.
funny enough to have his own award though.
No, I can believe it. You know why? Mark Twain is so funny. He wrote a book called Huckleberry Finn. That's crazy.
that's it. I forgot he wrote that.
Huckleberry Finn is
Loki
crazy.
I kind of forgot he wrote that.
Mark Twain is hilarious.
I didn't read Huckleberry Finn.
I also did
Oh.
not.
Oh, I had to read that.
Ah.
I think pretty sure that was my how to read right when the pancake got put on the pan.
Oh, we had to read The Great Gatsby.
Wait, the pan?
That was like sophomore year.
I
Yeah,
did it junior year.
Oh my.
That's
Wait.
what I wanted the theme for the banquet to be.
The Great Gatsby? Well, here's the thing.
Yeah.
Star Wars is better.
Mm.
I see. I voted.
I've
Alice.
never seen Star Wars. I don't know anything
What?
about it.
What?
Whoops.
I'm just gonna do
My
this.
sister-
I've looked up a synopsis.
How
but that's
dare
it.
you? How dare
What's,
you?
what's the little penguin thing's called?
Penguin.
There's like a little bird animal in the Star Wars universe. They're like big-eyed.
Oh yeah, I don't know what they are, but they're really cute.
Yeah, my sister has a T-shirt of them. We
I'm
didn't
a
even know what they are.
I'm a you talking about the what, Yoda species?
I don't even know.
No, they're like little fluffy things.
Yeah.
Oh, Ewoks?
I think those are it.
Stop it. Get some
Sorry,
help.
I just got so sidetracked.
Yeah, we did get very
But that's-
sidetracked.
Anyways, comedy.
Yeah, what do you guys what do you guys think of the state of comedy and like what are some comedians that you're currently fond
Oh,
of?
Dave Chappelle's hilarious. I was reasons. I was reasons about Dave Chappelle.
I like John Mulaney. He's
John Mulaney's hilarious.
John Mulaney.
classic.
Mhm.
I was over on the bench.
I was over there on the bench.
I was over on the bench.
King Bash is hilarious.
Yeah.
I've been watching King Bash since Vine back in the day.
Ooh, the watermelons.
There's
What
other
am
comedians.
alone?
I'm totally
I'm a
blanking
big
right now.
SN. Oh, I want to say I'm a big SNL fan, but I'm an SNL fan, so
Your
I
SNL
like,
stand is crazy.
I like the
Well, I just got into it this year because my friends watch it, but I think everybody on that show is very funny.
yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Shout out my
the
boy Keenan
news
Thompson.
reports are funny.
Hey, excuse me.
Colin Jost is
Excuse me.
over
I'm
here.
sorry. I'm sorry. We're calling this out.
I'm
We're calling this out.
Jost.
We are calling this out. I'm sorry.
What
I'm
we got?
sorry. I just kind of came over you. We're calling this out. John Mulaney is extremely funny. You don't get to say this opinion. You don't have a mic.
Mulaney's very controversial.
He is.
I think, isn't he?
So is Dave Chappelle. Listen, in
I
the
heard
word,
that he
listen,
was.
in the words of Nate Williams, if you're going to be racist, be funny.
Yeah, that is a quote.
That is a quote
That is
from
a
Nate
direct
Williams.
quote from Nate.
That's a direct quote from Nate Williams.
That I think you also adopted.
Oh, 1,000%. Oh, Toast McGoats. Toast McGoats. I adopted that. But,
Yes.
All I'm gonna say is see both of see The Office.
As
not the show.
Not the show. The WMSC
The
office.
Office. At the hours of
I thought you meant the show.
no,
No,
absolutely not.
no.
I've actually never seen the show.
At
True
the
story.
hours of 1 to 3 a.m. on Friday.
No, no.
That's a little extreme.
No. At the hours of 5 p.m. to
5 p.m. to
5 p.m. on.
5 p.m. on.
Because I be wildin', wildin', wild. I'm stop.
Coming out with a country album soon.
Not me though. Stay safe.
No, yeah, not him.
But Ben, him though, stay dangerous, and that's actually the name of the country album.
Stay dangerous.
But I think that we are out of things to say. At least I am. So, Allie, I got a shout out for you, and it's kind of concerning because the computer is kind of like terrifying, but you'll see why in like 10 seconds. So we'll be right back, and like vibes after this song, respectfully. Listening to 90.3 WMSC up in Montclair. And that right there was always by Rex Orange County. Allie, you said you're going to see him in what? A month?
Less than.
Less than a month.
I
Respectfully.
saw him in March and I'm seeing him again in May.
Respectfully. I'll turn my mic down because you know how I get.
Yes, we do.
Hush, boy.
I know.
Hush,
I've
hush.
seen it.
Hush.
I've managed your levels on more than one
that's hilarious.
occasion.
Oh, that's hilarious. I got the wrong headphones on. That's hilarious.
Ha.
I'm like, why am I
Hold this.
Hold this.
I love you too, Cam.
Gang. Anyway, why is he so low? You turn the headphones on over there?
No.
No, I'm talking about Alex. Like we had to say we share a cord. It's kind of weird.
Oh, right.
Anyway,
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
anyway, we were playing Ask the Buzz, respectfully. What are some of the most annoying sounds possible?
Chewing.
Yeah, I hate the sound of chewing.
I hate. Oh yeah, I see that.
Nails on a chalkboard. Also.
Oh,
Or the squeaking of styrofoam. That
Mhm.
hurts my teeth.
I hate
Your
when there's like
teeth?
random like clicking or knocking, and like I don't mind those sounds, but like when there's no pattern to it, like when
Yeah.
it keeps on going,
It's like
like
bro.
my dorm, there's I always hear it in the middle of the night. I'm like, what is happening?
Well, I agree with all those. Next question: what is the name you'll get you once to get to your child? We're gonna get you have a family of two. You got actually family of three.
Family, yeah.
You got
two.
that's, no you got three. A boy, a girl, and a non-binary. So what's what if you what would you name your son?
Mark.
I just
Not
yeah,
that
I
kind
know.
of Mark.
I know,
Just
but
a good Mark. A good
What
Mark.
kind of mark are you talking about?
don't worry about it. You're too young.
We'll
Thank
tell you when
you.
you're older.
Thank you.
Just all I say is we make too many jokes about that name.
Let's move on. Cassandra.
What'd you name your son?
Oh, my son. I don't know. Think about these things. I guess Matthew. That's they could give the kid a nickname if they wanted
Oh, my name's
to.
Jonathan. It's like no.
What about you?
I
Ellie?
don't. I've never really thought about it. I
Me
like the name Christopher, but am open to others. I haven't really. Yeah.
Cam.
My son, for the longest time I wanted to name him after me because that's just the way how my family is. But I would like to give him a cool name like Thunder.
Oh wait, are you named after somebody?
No,
Wait,
Okay,
what?
sorry.
I
Thunder.
what? No, I get it.
Thunder's a nickname.
Thunder is the nickname.
You would name the child like birth certificate.
No,
would be
Thor.
Thunder?
Name him Thor. Obvious reasons.
Uh,
Shout out Marvel.
Wait, so
Yes.
on the birth certificate, you're gonna write Thor.
Thor Martin.
Thor,
Martin.
middle name Martin.
Yes.
What would the middle name be?
Loki. I don't know.
Of
No,
cour-
Thor Odinson Martin.
You have to do like a basic name though. You have to be like Thor Stephen Martin or something.
That's
Like
why.
Jimmy.
Thor
Jimmy
Stan
Thor
Martin.
Jimmy Martin.
Thor Stanley Martin.
Yeah, perfect.
Stanley. All right. Anyway, what's your name your daughters? Ooh, let me go first. I actually had this picked out since January 2020. It's actually between two names between Gianna Bean Martin and name her Winter Chantal Martin. Middle name is my mother's name. Gianna Bean Martin, Gianna Bryant. Kobe's middle name is Bean, so like named after my favorite athlete.
Nice.
I've always liked the name Charlotte.
Charlotte's Web is crazy.
Yeah.
I haven't really thought about first names, but a little sentimental. But my grandmother, her name was Marcia Rochelle, and she passed away from brain cancer. And so when she passed away, I said that if I ever have a daughter, I would have my daughter's middle name be Rochelle. So I know for a fact that if I were to have a daughter, be Rochelle. I love the name Isabella. I know it's a very, very common name, but I think it's a beautiful name. So maybe
Isabella Rochelle sounds awesome.
possibly.
The aftercare I worked at,
It's a
in my
long
class,
name.
we had like 3 Isabellas.
Yeah, it's such a common name, so I wouldn't super want to do it. I just think it's a pretty. name.
It's a cute name. I like it. Yeah, it's pretty.
All right, now the third child, not the non-binary child. What would you say?
Gender neutral
Yeah,
name.
gender
Yeah,
neutral names.
gender neutral name.
I'd probably go with like something like Sam.
That's
Mhm.
fair.
Mhm.
I like Avery. Yeah, that's my choice.
I like Alex.
hmm
I'll go doctor.
Doctor,
What?
Dr.
okay.
Martin.
Dr. Martin. Like, would it be the abbreviation?
Dr. Thor Martin.
Dr. Thor
Like-
Martin. We're gonna have like a whole title for this kid.
Yo, I will literally name my kids after the MC, like after the MC, respectfully.
We get it. We get. You're still not the biggest fan, Cam.
I will prove my
MJ
allegiances
is a nice name. I actually like
When?
that.
We're still waiting.
when. Listen, when Ben drops his album, that's what I'll do my thing.
You were close. I was about to take a sip.
When you eat, do you have something to eat with? Oh wow, when you eat, do you have to eat with something playing?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
If I'm alone, then it wouldn't hurt. But I'm like, I don't need it.
If I'm by myself, I'll watch Netflix or TikTok or something. But
Yeah.
I grew up in a household where when we had we try to have family dinners, we were all very, very busy, but we'd often do it. So when we did have family dinners, that would be the time where we were able to like sit down and speak with each other. So we were not allowed to have electronics. So when I'm eating with other people, I try to avoid it.
I usually need like some kind of music playing, whether it's just
Yeah.
like ambiance or like actual music.
If I'm by myself, I'm bumping my bumps. If I'm with the peoples, nah, because you really gotta think that you don't give it much face to face time with
Yeah.
the people you love that
And, like,
much. of.
also, like, why wouldn't you talk to somebody
Exactly.
if you're, like, hanging out with them, you know?
And here's the thing: why are people embarrassed to eat alone? First off, that question's false.
Yeah, I'm not.
That question's false. Low key, I prefer eating by myself
Yeah, same.
because if I'm eating by myself, it's just like me getting a chance to really just refresh myself, just have clear thoughts, and it allows me to just like relax. But at the same time, I think why kids or really kids are afraid to be alone is because it's the whole idea of they're by themselves and they feel like they have no friend in the world. That was me from second grade to about sixth grade, seventh grade.
Mhm.
I ate by myself every day from second grade on. Then I met my best friend and we ate together. We just sat there and walked around the school and throughout high school. So that was kind of our thing.
For me, I don't like eating out in public by myself. I don't know why. Like, there's nothing wrong with it, obviously, and I've done it on campus. I've done it
Bro, I
many
went to
times.
Applebee's by myself.
But
That was
for
lit.
some reason, there's just something about it that just it
Like,
stresses me out,
think
and I
it's-
don't understand why.
Bro, I literally went to Applebee's by myself one day.
That's
Twice.
nice. I think it's just like because I think at least when you go out like to public places, you always see people with other people, and like for you to be the only one without not talking to somebody, I
Mhm.
think it gets you like a little bit self-conscious.
Yeah.
Like,
Not me though, stay safe.
I'm happy for you, Cam.
No, but I think this whole idea of like you feel. I think it's the whole separation anxiety type thing because you're just having all these people around you, and then you go off into you do your own things like,
Yeah, like you're like what am I trying to say? Like
you're
you're
all
spending
by yourself.
like if you're alone, the only person that you're thinking really so much about is yourself, and like you might get in your head.
But that's the most important thing.
Hmm?
The time you spend by yourself is important because
No, yeah, I think it's important to spend time by yourself.
like if you spend time by yourself, first things first, the only person that's going to judge you is you.
Mhm.
And if you are able to forgive yourself after a long day of basically anything, you're a champion in life. Actually, you're a champion in life no matter what aspect you look at it. And you just got to remember that. You got to give yourself that daily reminder. You just got to listen when you eat by yourself. You could go on your phone and just type that out. Like, give yourself that daily affirmation. You are a champion. And to those listening right now, remember this: you are a champion. No matter what you go through in life, you are a champion.
Period.
Anyway, what movie scene haunted you hooligans as kids? Which was like last week for you hooligans.
This is so ridiculous, and I am so embarrassing myself by saying this right now. But I was horrified, terrified of the pumpkin in Charlie Brown and the Great Pumpkin. I don't know why I was so. I still like whenever.
I've never ever heard of that.
I don't know why. I don't know why. I don't even think they show the pumpkin.
No,
They
at the end,
don't.
They don't. It's just
but they
Snoopy
showed it at the
rising
end.
from the
But
ground.
like just throughout the whole movie, like I was so
Cam was
scared
over
of
here
it.
sitting.
I don't know
standing.
why, but it just
Thank you for being honest. though.
I don't know
Just
why,
being honest, I guess.
but
I love that. I've never ever heard of that.
I was horrified of it. To this day, like I can't watch. I mean, I'm not scared of it
What?
anymore. I can't.
No,
I'm
but
not
it's like
scared
the
of
whole,
it,
the
but like
general
it just
feeling that
brings
you
back the
had that
memories.
carries-
Yeah.
I get that. That is
That's hilarious. And I'm gonna do that. I'm just gonna send you that picture from now on.
Great.
just Snoopy rising. from
Just
the ground.
just that picture.
See, I'm gonna go with a more reasonable answer, and I'm gonna say like the scene where like in Coraline where
It's always Coraline, yeah.
I was gonna go with a Paranorman, which is made by the same company, but I'm gonna go with Coraline because it came out first, obviously, and I was older when that. But
Respect the OGs.
anyways, like the scene where the main room turns into like the spider web, and the one to go the other mother turns into like the spider thing,
Mhm.
and just like I'm like, that was creepy.
I can't see. It's not a movie. This is actually really okay. It wasn't a movie. It was some TV show. That I remember. The TV was like left on like late at night. I just walked in watching to see it, and it was a show about like not stupid ways how people have like passed away and stuff. And I remember I walked in, and it was this girl drowning in mud, and that
Oh, she in the mud, huh?
gave me nightmares. I
Stop.
thought that's was gonna happen to me for some reason. But yeah, that's the thing that scarred me.
What about you, Cam?
Okay, so boom, right. I remember watching. It's not a movie scene.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, it's two. I'm lying now. So when I was a kid, Spider-Man 2 came out. And that scene where you see Doc Ock just come out the cut and just is a jump scare. It's like, yo, like, what's good, Harry? Spoiler alert, movie came out in 2004. But like, it's a jump scare.
Mm-hmm.
The music that they played, it was very eerie, and then you see that it's just like took the breath away. But the thing is, that's not as bad as certain. It's not a movie scene, it's a music video, and that music video is the Thriller music video. Just like this, the start of the Thriller music video, just seeing the.
I don't think I've ever seen it actually.
You never seen?
No, wait. Actually, I have. Never mind. I'm a liar.
And then you hear the darkness, the whole line right there, darkness rolls across.
The narration.
That kind of like is a heebie-jeebies, huh? The best school lunch snacks or meals. The sugar cookies at Kingsway Regional High School. Yo, shout out Kingsway. Shout out Holly Haynes. Shout out to all the custodians who made those homemade sugar cookies. Them things are fire.
Made. That sounds really good, man.
They had them things homemade, off scratch. Them things were fire, and they were 25 cents each.
Ooh.
I will buy like seven or eight of the things. That's why I went broke in high school. That's the point.
Yeah.
My favorite are Cheez-Its.
Oh yeah, but
Cheez-Its are the best thing ever.
Can't go
and I
wrong with
stand
Cheez-Its.
by that.
Goldfish.
I was thinking about elementary school, like meals that they made like at the school, and I was gonna say when they had French toast stick day.
chill, no.
Yes.
That's
My
a
school
memory.
did like French toast sticks with like applesauce. So good.
Oh, you know
Brings
what?
me back.
Those cosmic brownies.
Those
were-
are
Oh,
I really
chill, no.
so good.
That-
I
that-
loved Lunchables.
Me too.
I loved Lunchables.
Oh,
And
also the fruit snacks.
I actually tried a Lunchable. I tried the pizza one because that was my favorite. Like a year ago, just with a friend for like, let's relive our childhood.
Mhm.
And it was the nastiest thing I've ever
It is
eaten.
Yeah, I had a Lunchable like last week because I went home. I'm like, oh, like I want to try it because I
It's
memories.
so
Look,
bad.
it made me really happy. Like when I like first ate it, but then I was like, oh, this is actually just plastic.
It's actually a good transition because you said what has happened recently?
Silence.
It's silent. Oh,
Yeah.
I listen to music. That's what keeping me going.
Between WMSC and Montclair State's track and field team, those are the two things that have been making me extremely happy, and I appreciate both my teammates and my family
Mhm.
for that.
The radio is the one thing keeping me sane right now.
I'm going on a cruise with my friends like a week after the semester ends. So I'm very excited for that. And that's, like,
Me,
the
though,
only
stay
thing
dangerous.
getting me through this.
Oh, so yeah, it's lit. Shout out
Actually,
Nick Williams.
yeah.
So,
What's it? My friends from home, like we recently just texted, and that really made me happy because we don't text that often. So yeah, that made me happy.
Do pickup lines work?
Yes.
I don't know.
I think if they don't
Yes.
take them so seriously, they could
Yes.
work.
Oh no, I haven't tried them.
What pickups do you do? What pickups do you be hearing?
Like, have you
I
tried
am
pickup
a
lines, or have pickup lines
firm-
been used on you?
I've never used the pickup line on somebody else, but I love pickup lines. I think they are so funny.
I think
But do
Wait,
they
you
work?
Do you think they're
Do they-
funny? Do you think they work?
Are they hilarious?
I mean, if somebody tells me a good pickup line and I think it's funny, I'll be like, oh, he's funny. I'll talk to him.
Cat. Anyway, I think that them things don't work.
I think I enjoy
I
pickup
think they're
lines.
just like cheesy.
Some of them are a little bit outlandish, but for the most part,
They're good fun.
they'll make me laugh.
What are your nighttime routines?
Put the key in the lock in my door, open door, close door, lock it, take off backpack, fall in bed, sleep.
Mhm. I literally just like threw my bag on the floor and like slip off my shoes and just like flop myself on my bed.
Allie, how about you?
I don't have any like I mean I literally brush my teeth, get changed, and then go to bed. That's
Me,
scroll my phone for a little bit,
me.
then go to bed.
Brush teeth, watch football videos, play MLB The Show, go back to station, sleep, or go in my car, sleep.
You just. Yeah, it's 5 a.m.
What are some things that you really hate starting but love while doing it? Oh, this is personal to me. The 400 meter hurdles. I hate that race, but when it's all said and done, it's the most fun race.
I really don't know.
I think
Cuphead for you, Joe.
No,
riding
because
for
I
me.
like starting that.
Huh?
I like starting that. So
We like starting what?
Oh,
Cuphead.
I got it. No, I got it. Setting for boss level.
Monitoring levels during boss level.
Monitoring me during boss level.
It's you and when we have him on JT.
This is not currently applicable to me, but when I was a kid and Rainbow Loom was a thing, I
Oh, yeah.
hated
Chill.
getting started on it. And like you had to do like a certain pattern, but then once you like got in the hang of it, like and you made your bracelet or necklace or whatever, it was the most fun thing to do.
I think for me it would be like writing. Like I don't know, like I guess like the blank page could be like so daunting, but like when you get into the flow, like oh, like you start making the connections and like you start like keep on writing. Like I really love like when that happens, like the ideas
That
keep on
sounds
coming.
so artsy.
I know, I'm such an artist. I want to throw up.
Well,
when I just say
we're
that.
going to take a quick break because you have listening to 90.3 WMSC Upper Montclair, and this is the Morning Buzz. First things first, so we got some more weird news stories because that's what we like to do here in the Morning Buzz, respectfully. And no, you guys hungry?
I'm very hungry,
Extremely.
actually.
Well, we can go to any of these sandwich places that we're going to talk about.
Oh yeah, fun. So before I start with it, do y'all call them subs or hugs?
Subs.
Thank you.
That's
Thank you
listen, that's a Philly thing, by the way. Big Philly thing.
We have subs and stuff. NJ.com's very own Peter Genoa Lacy set out on a journey, a sandwich journey like no other. He decides to travel across the state in search for the best sub/sandwich chain. He has completed his list, and I'm here to read it off to you, which is very
South Jersey. So pretty much
never
it's
heard
a
of-
South Jersey place.
got it. 15, we have Panera.
Disrespectful, but that's
Disrespectful.
understandable.
Dairy store.
Oh, that's a South Jersey staple. That's my spot.
12 is Blimpie.
Where?
11 is Jersey Mike's.
Fair.
10 is Quiznos.
Quizzes is crazy.
9 is Royal Farms.
You know Royal Farms is please tell me though.
I don't.
Also, it's a southern thing.
Yes.
Royal Farms. I should get some Royal Farms chicken.
8 is Jimmy John's. 7 is Firehouse Subs, which personal connections to. 6 is Witch Wick.
Which?
No, it's Wick. Witch. Sorry. 4 is Charlie's
it?
Philly Steak / Grilled Subs.
Actually, never heard of that place.
Oh wait,
Wait,
I think we're reading this in the right order.
There has been a
'Cause
mistake.
There has been a mistake. Everyone, just do me a favor. You know where I'm going. After I send it, please, I'll send it in the chat to Isaiah. Yeah, this is gonna get those L's out of the way now, please. Thank you very much. So here I am thinking I'm reading it from top to bottom, but now seeing what number 1 was, it makes sense. It makes
I was
much
gonna
more
say,
sense.
yeah.
Oh.
We'll finish it. So
Ow.
with this order, the 4th worst is Quick Check. The 3rd worst is Wawa. The
Whoa.
2nd worst is Subway, and the worst is Arby's.
Arby's.
So
We have
that
the
so
L's.
so Isaiah, now I'm in the middle of reading it, and I just kind of look in the Zoom chat like all caps. Wait, it's in reverse. The numbers went wrong. I forgot. I started from the bottom. Now we here.
Start from the bottom. Now we're here.
So it turns out that I was reading them in the order that he. Yeah.
Yep.
Thank you for giving it to yourself,
At
Isaiah.
least he knows. At least he knows. It's not me this time. Yay!
For once, it's not you.
That's just this.
Yes, Cam. For once. So here I am thinking, like,
Next week.
here I am thinking, how on earth can Arby's be number 1?
I was really concerned. for
Yeah, I
this
got
man.
concerned
I
too.
was very concerned for this man's taste buds, but luckily for all of our sanity, the worst is Arby's and the best is Primo Hoagies.
Yo,
Does
no.
Panera
Primo.
have subs though?
No,
they
they
have,
have, like, little
sandwiches.
sandwiches.
We
I
have
wouldn't
the
consider
meats.
that to be like a sub.
Yeah.
I
Roast
don't-
beef is crazy.
That doesn't look real. I'm sorry.
Ooh.
That looks
Looks
it
concerning.
looks like fabric.
No.
Um,
Hold up. The
hold on.
fact that Wawa is under Quick Check is crazy. That's disrespectful.
I never had Wawa sandwiches,
depressing.
but I do like Quick Check sandwiches. The bread, I don't know what happened. At least a Quick Check near me, they switched the bread.
Oh, yeah, they have
which
fresh
hasn't
bread.
been too
Okay, that's
good.
fair. They have fresh bread. They do have fresh bread.
So yeah.
Bro, Wawa in South, that's down south. Yo, no, for real though, we take a field trip to Primo's. I could really find like 4 or 5 in my local town.
That sounds good though.
Nice. That's
Right, vibes. So yeah, the Algo says there. That's crazy.
yeah.
You know what else is crazy?
What lists just in general?
Yeah, lists are wild.
Yeah.
So
I feel like we should do another list. What do you think?
respectfully. Oh,
Just
respectfully.
going
I'm
in
with it.
order though.
Isaiah, before we start, is this list in the right order?
So here's the thing. Either way.
Okay. Are you sure?
Either
Are
way.
you
So I'm going to read from the bottom up. All right, respectfully. All right, so boom, right?
We should probably tell them what the list.
Yeah, so
we should
so
probably
you
tell
gotta
them what the
start
list is.
reading names.
Context.
All right, so
Yeah,
boom,
so
right?
they kinda
Oh no,
agree.
I'm getting there. So boom, right? We're almost we're a quarter of the way through 2022. Crazy to think about. And it's been quite an interesting year to say the least. LeBron missed the playoffs. Will slapped Chris. A Marvel movie flopped, and somehow the Morning Buzz is won by Friday.
And there's so many
Crazy.
anomalies. So many anomalies.
But we did have some bangers in terms of music that dropped the world.
Respectfully.
Respectfully. So why not look at the way too early albums that should be album of the years? According to the online voters, the best album of 2022 so far We're going from the bottom up. I don't care.
Yes, we're gonna do it the right way this time, Isaiah.
So, Billy Eilish, I assume, had dropped an album. I assume, respectfully, The Collective Soul, Unconscious, Chapter 1. FK Twigs, Capri Songs. That's actually a funny name. The Stray Kids, Ordinary. The Red Hot Chili Peppers. I'm surprised they still make music.
Me too.
Unlimited Love. Anita, Versions of Me. Other. Charlie XCX, Crash. Avril Lavigne, My Life. Love Sucks.
How did you get My Life from Love Sucks?
Think about it.
It's a joke.
Think about
At least
None of us
Oh my
get in there in the
goodness.
brain waves.
My brain did not comprehend
it. Brain,
that.
brain no worky. Camila Cabello, Familia. Rosalia, Mortal Mommy. And The Weeknd, Dawn FM. Dawn FM, it was okay. It was okay.
I didn't know. I didn't know
didn't
like
listen-
half of these artists released new music.
Same.
Yo, it was okay. It was okay. No, like, here's the thing. Isaiah, right. Let me say this.
Isaiah
No,
trying
no.
to talk. Isaiah
It's-
trying to talk.
Yo, one is, it was okay. The songs are cool, but like,
Like, what about it did you not like? I guess.
I guess, just trying to hear. I heard it once.
Mhm.
I guess I didn't give it enough listens to really appreciate it. But it's just like,
That's
I guess if I listen to it again, I'll get a new opinion on it. We'll say. I say maybe listen to it in the office. Who knows? Vibes.
Why are you putting us in the corner? You can't put the best people in the corner.
No, as far as according
Just
to the.
put Cam.
Just put Cam in the
All
corner.
of us. are
That's
fine,
racially
but
motivated.
Cam.
Ayo.
I want to
No.
listen to Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Me
album.
too.
Yeah, I did not know.
Really
I did not know
strong.
they had some stuff coming out. It's crazy. All right, well, I don't know about you, but I don't feel like talking about albums no more. So let's go to another social media platform called Instagram.
What's that?
Instagram.
So Instagram is this thing, right? No, we have an Instagram, WLC Radio. Check us out. Of course, if you want, if you're interested, check us out on the IGs. It's kind of lit, but like vibes.
if you want.
So boom, right? We have this thing, but Instagram is testing out a feature called templates. They'll let creators make reels by borrowing formats from other videos on the platform, aka making TikToks. Thieves. According to a report from Insider, this brand new feature is very similar to TikTok's own template tools, which allows creators to drop their own content into a pre-made sequence. Thieves. Mark, think of something crazy. Alessandra Polizzi found an early version of templates in January, while marketing managers and some creators have already been able to use it. A user can swap their own clips into preset frames as well as add their own audio. Many believe this could save users from using a third-party template from sites like Canva or having to closely follow online tutorials to achieve a specific format. This feature is in a way to combat Instagram Reels consisting of a lot of TikTok reposts.
I guess I gotta stop people reposting it.
Yeah,
So-
if anything.
All right. So here's my two cents. Lower myself down, right?
Oh no. Please.
Headphones off, kids. Headphones off.
Cam,
Headphones off.
please. For my own sanity, please.
Headphones off.
I'm keeping them on.
You gotta go.
All right, so boom, right? Why are y'all trying to be not you? Why y'all trying to be TikTok so bad? Y'all be Vine so bad. Y'all said, forget what Instagram's known for. Forget that. Y'all be Vine so bad. Y'all said, I bet we're gonna make videos now. Nah, forget that. Why y'all wanna, Instagram was known to be lit back in the day. Now y'all just a carbon copy of everything under the sun.
Really though, I remember when they came out with the Insta stories, and I'm like,
Bro, like
Yeah.
they want to be Snapchat so bad that time. It's like, bro, like be unique.
I understand the concept of it. However, it's just gotten to the point where Instagram is so unoriginal and they're just stealing ideas from every other platform.
and I'm not okay. Listen, I don't think Instagram. I feel like Instagram has a different like energy than TikTok. I feel like TikTok encourages for people to be like outlandish, mostly to get viral views, and that's like a
Mm.
different conversation, I guess. But like, I feel like Instagram is such uh, what's the word, like
Outlandish.
edited place. That I'm not sure if like this would type of thing would work.
You think Instagram's just mid?
I'm sure if this goes through, that most likely it will apply to Facebook as well eventually.
No
because I believe
word.
Mark
Probably.
Zuckerberg owns Instagram as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
whole-
So
Yeah, I
I'm
think
assuming what's
so.
going to happen is if it were to get implemented through Instagram, eventually it will hit Facebook, and then there will be more people upset because once Instagram stories, I don't know which one came out first, Facebook stories or Instagram stories,
Probably Instagram stories.
but
No,
I
probably
think-
Facebook stories.
Probably Facebook, because Facebook has been around for longer.
Then
they've
again,
been
no.
following in each other's footsteps, which makes sense.
No,
because
then
they all have
again,
the same reason.
a lot of old people, shout out my family, use Facebook.
I like Facebook.
You use Facebook?
Yes, I
don't use
enjoy
Facebook.
Facebook.
I got a Facebook account because I was trying to do something earlier, but like I would not get. I got nonstop emails saying like follow this person, follow this person. I'm like, leave me alone.
Listen, I'm actually friends with somebody on Facebook in this very room. Hi, Al, how you doing?
Hey,
See your Facebook friends. True story.
Do you
Yeah,
guys
yeah.
utilize
Nice.
Facebook?
Yeah, we play farmland together. Or what was it? What was that game that they had back in the day? Not Goat Simulator. The other one.
What?
I don't know. Oh, that's right. You guys are young. Forgot.
Well, you're being so
Which
vague.
one?
There was like this farming. Like it was a
Payday.
not Heyday. Heyday was on the Facebook. No, it was like a Facebook exclusive game.
Oh, okay.
I never really played the games.
No, I don't even know if it's like if I was even old enough to appreciate the games. I don't know. I was old enough to understand the games. But that's not the point. You know the things about Facebook is,
What?
you have a lot of people, you connect your loved ones. And when you got your loved ones, some things lead to others. And it gets to the point where you have a good trust. They give you some Netflix passwords, right? They give you the access
Yep.
to Netflix. You have
Yes,
to let it
ultimate
rock.
friendship level.
Exactly. Well, here's the thing. Ladies and gentlemen, I must drop a sound effect in the chat real quick. What are you?
So I know.
What are you? What are you?
Where are you?
I'm so sorry.
If you don't get it in the next 4 seconds, I'm gonna start reading the
All right,
story.
whatever.
Anyways, how's everyone?
I
oh,
can't find it, but you know what?
never mind. How's everyone
What?
doing?
I'm doing
Facebook
great,
is
Ellie. Thank you.
Netflix is deceased.
All right.
And I bet you're wondering why Netflix is deceased. Here's why. Netflix suffered its first subscriber loss in more than a decade, causing its shares to plunge 25% and extended trading amidst concerns that the pioneering streaming service has already seen its best days. Their best days are numbered and it's all over. The company's customer base fell from 200,000 subscribers during the January to March period, according to its quarterly earning reports released Tuesday. It'll be the first time that Netflix subscribers have fallen since the streaming service became available throughout most of the world outside of China 6 years ago. This drop is stemmed in part of Netflix's decision to withdraw from Russia to protest the war against Ukraine, resulting in the loss of 700,000 subscribers. Netflix acknowledges the problems and are deep-rooted by projecting a loss of another 2 million subscribers during its April to June period. If stock drops extend into Wednesday's regular trading session, Netflix's shares will have lost more than half their value so far this year, wiping out about $150 billion in shareholder wealth in less than 4 months.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my
Wow.
goodness.
Oh my gosh. I didn't know the exact numbers. I've heard about the story
Yeah.
yesterday, but like dang.
Oh,
I think
nice.
since
Wild.
so many other platforms are becoming so prominent,
Yeah.
it's difficult for Netflix to stay afloat because it was the platform that everybody used
Like
for
you didn't
so
really
long.
see anything like it for a while, I thought.
Mhm,
Right.
And now with the introduction of
Like,
HBO
all the
Max and Disney
networks.
Plus
Ayo, it's GG's.
and Apple TV Plus and all these
Ah,
things.
Amazon.
Hold on.
Can I please finish my sentence?
Apple TV Plus is mid, but go ahead.
Anyway, but I'm just saying.
I know what you mean.
And these platforms, especially Disney, for example, they're taking their
That's the one. No, that's the one.
I
Preach
thought
it.
I
Preach it
said
now.
something
Preach it.
that I couldn't
Preach
say,
it. No, preach
and
it.
I had a heart attack.
Preach it. No.
But especially Disney, they're taking their movies and their shows off of Netflix because now that they have their own platform, so Netflix is essentially being stripped of everything that people watched on their platform because they're getting
like when
moved to
Friends
different
is taken
ones.
off of Netflix, like to go to
Friends, The
HBO Max or something,
Office.
like they like shelled out so much money to keep it for only like a year.
How I Met Your Mother was on Netflix and now it's on Hulu. Like Disney is taking over.
Yeah.
Like I didn't know the last time I was on Netflix anyway.
What happened?
I don't remember the last time I watched Netflix.
Oh.
The only reason why I'm watching Netflix is because I'm watching Community right now, which is a great show.
Was
Very
it?
funny.
I'm waiting for that
Of course there is
season
that.
to come out, but that's literally
Same.
like they cancel like so many shows sometimes.
Who?
Netflix.
Oh yeah, no, they'd be wild.
Like
they'd be
good shows that like have a
crazy.
great following. They like canceled them for like at least seemingly I feel like no reason, not giving like
That's my opinion.
yes.
I'm sure once Stranger Things is released, I'm sure
Yeah.
the viewership will go up again. Because
Nah,
I know that's a very popular one. I know the popularity has decreased as the years have gone on from when it was first released, but still, I think you're gonna see a multitude of people watching Stranger Things.
Netflix is mid.
Yeah.
It's always been mid.
They have like such a wide they have like a wide selection, which is fine, but like most of the selection sometimes is just like
The selection is trash.
nothing relevant, I guess. Like, and that goes back to like other streaming platforms like taking their content away from Netflix.
I think eventually it will all be dwindled down to just Netflix originals.
Yeah,
And then nobody is gonna
I'm
want
curious
to
to
watch
see like how they are going to like continue to adapt to, I guess, more things being taken off.
it.
Listen, I'm gonna say this. Hulu's better. HBO Max is better. Disney Plus is its own stratosphere.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing that Netflix compete with nowadays is Paramount Plus.
I think also Amazon Prime.
Paramount Plus, Amazon Prime.
Amazon Prime, it has some good shows to be fair. But yeah, Amazon Plus, Amazon Prime and Paramount Plus.
Bringing our own
Wow,
company now.
that's a brain fart and a half. Wow, that's how you have 8 hours of sleep within the last 4 days. Holy smokes! Anyway, but yeah, nice. Like that right there. There's not much left you can do if you're Netflix.
Yeah.
And honestly, there's not much left we can do. So, any final things you guys want to say to the good of the world?
Nope.
We were robbed.
Yeah, we're robbed, but that's not the point.
robbed.
A few things. Allie, happy birthday. Hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Make the rest of your day be the best of your day. And for the great people listening to this great station, make sure that every day take advantage of every opportunity you get. Every day is a new opportunity to get better because you are listening to 90.3 WMSC Upper Montclair. This is the Monday Buzz. Take advantage of every opportunity you get. Make sure the rest of your day is the best of your day. And we are out of here. Bye, y'all.